All right. Welcome back. Another Friday. The last Friday in May. Is that right? Holy moly.
Yes, it is.
It's
You know
Art
what
and Kevin and I. Yes, Art, tell us. This
I
go
just
on.
like to say, in sales, another day, another dollar.
In life, another day above ground is good. I think that was DMX.
Oh, it's
The
DMX.
It's a rapper.
rapper. Yeah. He's one of the first to just rip it. I swore a lot, but it was back in the day, I guess now. But anyway, DMX, he died not that long ago. Wow. So we're just getting over the weekend holiday,
Memorial Day.
Art, is your new month started then?
My new month started on Tuesday. Luckily enough, I was I was able to put in a small order today for a new client. And we'll see.
He sandbagged.
No, not actually, not with this one. Actually, and one client has gone into the weeds, it seems, for a couple of days.
Really?
Sent everything out via DocuSign. Sent me an email over the weekend. Had a question, but I found it. I answered my own question. I got to look into to paper trays just to make sure the configurations are correct. And that email came on Tuesday and been in the weeds for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm going to have to get the stick out and beat the weeds on Monday, see what pops up.
It's a short week. It's a short week.
And so it was a short week. Yeah.
Priorities kind of fall. I mean, we've had our share of that kind of stuff on the robot side, but short week. That's okay. Coming into June, 6 months left of the year. Christmas is just around the corner. Woohoo! What's new with you, Kevin?
Kind of busy on the Twain side. We had a webinar with you. What was it, Wednesday? There's a recording out there, so anybody's watching.
Fantastic webinar.
Yeah.
Right?
And what we talked about was the Crickets Continuum, which is our robotics think tank, and then Twain Robotics and how we collaborate. So the Crickets is the go-to-market kind of strategy, the servicing, all the monetizing and all that, and then the Twain Working Group's creating the open source standards that the Crickets group can monetize. So it was just explaining that to the industry because
actually pretty good.
Yeah, because kind of in fairness to the industry, like they could say, what the heck is Crickets all about? And what the heck is Twain Robotics? Because you guys have been in imaging for 30 years, right? So in fairness to the industry, we needed to explain that, Greg. So I think you did a really nice job. And again, I encourage everybody to look at the recording and take it, digest it.
Mm-hmm. It was good. That was cool. Art was there in presence. He was there in the audience.
Cognito. Yes.
He was, as I said on it, he was the one that's responsible for starting all this. So, and I said that in the most affectionate way. Art is like,
okay. Oh, it was affectionate.
Yeah.
I was all
bugs and kisses.
Yeah. So that's going on. Art,
so let's go
on. Yeah,
let's go over some news from this week. Of course, it was a short week, so there's not going to be a lot. But what stood out was Sharp Corporation and Formax announced a strategic alliance to quote unquote release a total productivity for offices. So you guys familiar with Formax at all?
Spell it. Is it
Formax?
If I knew, I'd forgotten.
They're in New England, and basically they specialize in selling third-party solutions for the print industry. It can be folders, it can be binders, it can. They have some machines that will do label printing, not the high-end production, but the mid-office. And some of those machines actually use the waterfall inkjet technology that was introduced.
Whoa, what is that? When was that? That's what is,
I'm trying to remember the
who
name.
did that?
The waterfall technology. I'm trying to remember their name. They haven't been in the news for some time. I'm looking it up
Waterfall,
now.
Bubble
Maybe
Jet.
one of you guys can look it up. I don't have my hands free.
There's a waterfall for ink.
Yeah.
It was waterfall print process.
Print.
Inkjet.
I'll bring it up. Waterfall. No.
I
Waterfall.
remember that. It's and
DTF.
No.
page wide. Oh,
They-
it's right because
They
of
actually
the-
sold their technology to Toshiba. Toshiba never did anything with it. And I believe they also sold it to Xerox as well.
Oh,
and
these are the guys.
I
Yeah,
don't think
Edgeline.
Xerox. No, it's not Edgeline. No,
No. They were competing with Edgeline. They had
they're
a
competing with Edgeline. Right.
yeah. I remember these guys. And
Right.
it was fast. If I remember, it's the same people.
Very fast. Extremely fast.
He demoed on a couch in a lobby somewhere because it was
Yes.
just all wires and stuff. Holy shit! Yeah, it was
Memjet.
fast.
Memjet.
Memjet.
Yep. So Formax resells some OEMs that actually use that Memjet technology into
No
their
shit.
label printers. Formax has been around for quite some time. I've used them for some advanced finishing solutions to enable, how can I say, print production facilities to streamline some of their workflows.
Oh,
So basically now I believe this is going to actually, I'm only guessing at this, but I'm thinking Sharp will now have line items for Formax in their dealer price book.
right.
So like Ricoh has line items for Duplo and other third-party print providers. So basically you buy that Duplo from Ricoh, or if this is true, what Sharp's going to do, you would buy those Formax products from Sharp. There's only one problem with that. Anybody know what the problem is?
I don't know. Art.
Markup. The markup. You could probably go to Duplo and or Sharp and not Sharp, Formax, and have a relationship and get the machine at a highly discounted price than what Sharp might offer it, or how buying it from Ricoh and paying the premium price for the Duplo products.
Such is life.
So I thought that was interesting. Just manufacturers looking to add to their resume to increase sales or profits and selling, offering other items to their dealers.
Sure.
But then the question becomes the support and service. Who's going to service that Formax product? Is there going to be training involved? Are all the Sharp dealers going to be able to have training on all the equipment, or is it just going to be limited equipment, et cetera, et cetera? Then the question becomes, does the Sharp dealer want to get involved in the support and service, or do they just want to turn it over to Sharp or Formax? Right.
Well, isn't it hooks in with the production or light production devices, right?
And it can hook in with a medium-sized office too, especially when I talk about those color inkjet machines. A lot of people who use those that are still producing envelopes. So they can produce four color envelopes at a very high speed. You're probably talking 100 to 200 envelopes a minute.
All right. Wow.
So there's a little bit of lowdown on Sharp and Formax. I'm just scrolling down. Xerox, not Xerox, Epson introduced two new machines. Kevin may know something about this technology. It's actually MSR technology. Do you know about MSR technology? Kevin?
MSR. What's
MSI.
So it's a magnetic strip reading.
oh yeah, that's probably it's micro reading magnetic ink. So it was used for checks, like
Yeah,
those
that's
checks.
different.
Right.
I think
Yeah,
what are you talking
yeah.
about, the mica art or the
Now
actual strip?
I'm talking
MSR.
about MSR,
Yeah,
where they
it's
put a
different.
magnetic, like,
Yeah,
don't
it's
your
on the back.
credit cards have like
It's
a
on the old
magnetic
credit
strip?
cards. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's before the
Right.
chips.
Before the chip. So it says these devices combine check scanning, two-sided ID scanning, magnetic strip reading, endorsement printing, and receipt printing
Oh,
into a single platform to reduce counter cluster and simplify teller
So it is
operations.
micro rolled up into all this because it said
yeah.
check printing and reading. Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's
I
all
guess
about
so.
ink. Yeah, and
All
the
in one
credit
little
cards.
device. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was something interesting. But bigger thing on the news for this week. Did anybody follow Xerox's stock this week?
Yeah, 328.
Yeah.
I just saw it. Yep, they've been on a run.
I thought I saw it 368 the other day, so
Oh
it might have
wow,
came down a bit.
it did. Yeah, but it's
So it was when we started talking about it. What are they,
Dollar
220 or
28.
yeah, it got
It's
low.
300%.
So what spurred it? What's the news? Or is it
So,
just
so Xerox shareholders approved an increase of 15 million shares to the company's equity compensation plan during a recent shareholder vote. So maybe one of you guys can tell me what the hell that means.
they're going to issue more stock? Is that what I heard you say?
Well, that's what it sounds like to me. Kevin, how
usually
about
that's
you?
well, usually that's dilutive, so that would be not a good thing. But equity, they worded it in a different way, so I'm not sure. But I don't know.
Okay,
Stockholders like it for some reason.
right.
There was a
So
dividend of
I
20
guess
bucks
so.
too. Yeah.
No, the dividend was a week ago. It was 2.5 cents a share.
I'm looking at something that says, oh, no.
So it
20
says this
yeah,
decision
2.5
supports
cents.
future stock-based compensation for executives, employees, and incentive programs.
Yeah.
Move is
All right.
intended to help Xerox retain talent. Here we go, Greg. What did I
Mhm.
say 3 weeks ago?
They've got, well, that's what I
The
said.
pigs
They've
have
got
left the
believers.
farm.
Hmm?
I said the pigs have left the farm. Move is intended to help Xerox retain talent and align employee interests with long-term company performance.
Yeah, and see, to a shareholder, that's good news, right? I
Yeah.
want to keep my good people.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Approval comes as Xerox continues restructuring efforts and expand focus on services. And here we go again. That word, digital transformation
Oh, God.
initiatives. So
Well, and you hear that word overused, yeah, Greg, and that's usually what DX and people are saying that. But I don't know. I see in LinkedIn, and maybe it's just I'm looking for it, but I see them advertising scanning a little bit more, and they were actually talking about scanning for AI today and dark data and using scanned images and your data's trapped in paper to create your AI. Well, where are you going to go get your data? Are you going to go get the Kardashian TikTok feeds for your AI? No, you're going to use
Yes,
your
you're going to get them
own.
everywhere. That data, don't get me going.
Okay. All right.
So here's another interesting note. As a side note, shareholders also voted on executive compensation and board related proposals during the same annual meeting.
The ones that are left are the believers, even the stockholders. So that's not bad. That's a good thing. They voted for the equity. They voted for stockholder to employee stuff. They voted for the executives to get their bonuses too. The guy who just left didn't leave on bad terms.
Oh, that brings me to where is it? He came up in a press release.
Uh-oh,
Um,
I didn't see that.
Brandowitz, if that's how you pronounce his name.
Um,
Soul Consulting launches Soul.assist, expanding AI acceleration practice with former Xerox CEO
oh, no kidding.
Steve Bando. He'll probably kill me because I'm going to murder this
I
name.
did see that. Yeah, I saw it.
And former Xerox Chief Digital Officer Steve Miller joined Soul to help executive teams identify implement, and
Wait a
expand
minute. Is
high
that
value
Sol? SOL?
SOL Consulting.
Sol.
Sol.
Is that the woman? They have a picture of her?
No, no.
Because
SOL Sol. I have no
her
idea.
name is Sol. That's why she's a prevalent AI guru. She's good too. She's one of the
Okay.
few that are actually good. I wonder if that's her because she launched the AI at Microsoft, one of the big ones. I forget, but she's one of the few. I only follow two, I think, and she's one of them.
I'm scrolling down to see if I can see any mention of her.
But it also
Name.
means son. So, it's I'd have to do a lot.
Daniel Gavula, managing partner, Khan Asalan San. So it says here, Sol Consulting is a vendor neutral implementation focused technology operations consultancy,
All right.
serving clients across a wide range of.
Well, if there's
industries.
anything we need, it's a few more AI consultants.
Every rocky turnover, there's a new one.
Yeah, they're not digital transformation consultants anymore. They're just cut and replace, search and replace.
So I'm reading off my notes. Is Dan on the call? Because I let
He
him
is.
in. Oh, good.
Hey, Dan.
Hey guys,
Well-
sorry, just step back in. Good afternoon.
Good
Good,
afternoon.
Dan.
Konica Minolta had a launch of their new Acurio press in the EU.
I got that.
I actually posted that on my site if anybody wants to see
I
that
got it
video.
from you.
Somebody asked me a question about a mesh network.
Yeah. What about it?
Question is, we have a customer using a mesh network. We have a static IP on the printer, but evidently the network refreshes every few hours. And then even though the IP address has not changed, the computers are looking for the printer on a different IP. Any suggestions?
That sounds like Kevin.
Kevin?
Mesh network.
Yeah, that's not what I remember.
Get off the mesh network.
Well, it's his client.
No, I know. It's not easy.
Oh, it's Electronet. Remember Electronet? You guys remember? Okay, before
yeah, those.
it ran through the electrical outlets.
Yeah.
Electronet. So you plug in your network adapter, and it ran in through the. It lasted for about a year. Anyway.
Well, they're doing the right thing having static IPs. That's good, but that's the problem is that there's static IPs or the network's changing, and I don't know. It's more complicated than we can get into it right now, Art.
No worries. No worries. So let's see what else we got here. Sharp released a new Aquos board, which they actually do pretty well with. Konica Minolta partners with GM to deliver complete end-to-end digital labeling.
General Motors?
We'll find out in a second. No. Graphisk Maskin Fabric
Good American company.
to expand digital label production solutions for UK clients. Partnership delivers complete end-to-end label production systems combining print engines, finishing automation, and workflow integration, which is basically that whole label thing is now going all to production type presses. And that's one of the way print production companies are going to be able to increase their clicks by developing and partnering with solution providers to present a complete solution to do those labels.
So when you say production, though, you don't mean like the Indigo productions. You mean regular 150 images per,
It could be 150, it could be 200. When it comes
Right.
down to label, it could even be faster because the label size is smaller.
Right.
But it also could be LED toner dry toner technology, or it also could be ink technology.
But let me ask you, those labels, are these labels that are being used again to put the one-to-one
No.
data on? So it's all
No, no,
one-to-one?
no. So these labels are basically for B2C, right? So go into a
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
supermarket, go into
Oh, they're meat labels.
a grocery store, go into, so a lot of these like Trader Joe's, right? They private label everything. So they'll have
Okay.
a color logo on there, they'll have the name, they'll have the weight,
Gotcha.
they'll have the price on it. A lot of these, that's where the bulk of
Okay.
these labels are sold
Okay.
to in the B2C environment,
All right.
right? So the production companies who have these label capable machines then sell to the B2C providers for
Okay.
custom color labels,
Makes sense. All right. Cool.
right?
Yep.
So that is probably
Oh, I got one.
seeing if there's anything else with the copiers. That's about it on my end.
Well, it came up in our other conversations, and then I think it was might have been Andy, could have been Kanata, which I should know, but I don't. Marco, right? I mean, they've come up in some of our conversations in the last 5-7 days. So I think they were both on an interview show, and I think it might have been Andy. I could be wrong, but they've got 100,000 square foot warehouse in Des Moines, wherever that is.
Iowa.
Just kidding. I love Iowa, actually. Had a best time there once. But it looks like, yeah, industry analyst says this few things here. They're looking from my read, and again, I could in my listen, I think we even wrote about it. Looks like they want to be a third-party service provider with a national footprint for independent dealers who, if they located in Jersey and they sell an account that has, devices in Texas, California.
And the dealers
Yeah.
won't even
Let me
do it.
finish. Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
That's their idea is it's 100,000, but the square footage thingy is what I'm looking at. So it's more than service, right? It's a provider of equipment of some sort that's going to be in there. Service framework. Oh, wow. They could probably just be service parts stocked at that 100,000 square foot thing. Wow.
Jake actually took some pictures and put them on the IA site and the industry analyst site, and it showed pictures of the warehouse in 100,000 square feet. And not only were there parts there, but there was also
machines, right?
a lot of machines also in that space.
Wow. Yeah. The LLM came back with a channel shakeup. Marco is openly advocating for progressive dealers to collaborate on a national service delivery rather than competing within isolated, protected territories, a move that fundamentally alters traditional regional dealer economics.
Yeah. So let's go back. Let's go back to what Ray said about the Konica Minolta agreement. Marco's pretty big with Konica Minolta, and they had that 90-day clause to drop a dealer. Can you put two together?
Foil hats on. Yeah.
So it's not a novel idea.
No.
But dealers like the dealer show I work for, even though we would never ever think of, unless there was no one else there, right? Because dealers will ship out equipment, right? So in New Jersey, I have a corporations. They have locations all over the country. So they'll buy the machines from me in New Jersey, and then they'll need service and support, and could be Minnesota, Missouri, Texas, et cetera, et cetera. So at that point in time, we look into our dealer channel to find a dealer that will handle the service and support and installation of that product, right? In most cases, a dealership that I work for will control the billing, right? So the local dealer will send us how many pages were made. We'll send them their cut for servicing the machine, but we do the billing, right? Which keeps it all under one roof. The problem that you get with the larger, what do we call them earlier today?
Mega dealers?
The megas, right? Is someone's going to steal your cheese because all of a
Yeah.
sudden that account in Texas is going to be listed on probably their CRM in some salesperson's CRM, and they're going to make a call and they're going to look to try and steal that business.
You know,
I only say that because it's happened to me
oh, yeah.
before.
Happens all the time.
So
I mean, it
why?
happens. Yeah.
So you can trust the local dealer, right? But you can't trust the mega dealer, especially if they've got service and support in the continental 48 states.
It's like the same channel contention between an OEM and
Yeah.
a local dealer, right? And I'm looking at it now. It looks like Marco's going to do A3, A4, wide format, and production with core alliances with KM, HP, Sharp, Canon, Kikuseria, Fujifilm, Toshiba, and Lexmark. So they've got relationships with are you smelling Icon vibes here? I mean, how did Icon start? It acquired dealers, right?
It acquired a crap load of dealers, and it did exactly what Marco is doing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So say you're an independent dealer. This is terrible, right? So Marco has already bought all the independents that they want, right? They have a network, a national footprint of dealers
Yes,
that
they
are
do.
their dealers that they've already purchased.
Yes,
Now
they do.
they're aligning with the OEMs. You're right. So what's the next step? If you're a Konica Minolta independent dealer, you should join the Marco board, because we're going to be able to negotiate pricing. We're going to be able to have an SLA at X amount. They said he was going to hire 60 technicians in the next 60 days.
Yeah, what's that? 1.1 technician per state.
Oh,
Well, you got to remember, they're going to use their existing network. I don't even know what that looks like.
If their dealers want to even use Marco, that means giving Marco dealer client information.
Well, wait.
And-
Marco has dealers, right? There's a ton of
Right,
Marco.
but they have dealers. But you said if they take on other independent Konica Minolta
Right.
dealers, right?
Well, yeah.
The last thing they want to do is give that client information to a company like Marco.
No one's going to want to do that, but maybe
In
they
the
don't have a
rare
choice.
case, when there is no dealer in that area that can take support, the dealer has to succumb and give that to Marco.
Well, I'm just trying to think of it from Marco's standpoint. They've already got all the dealers they want. The ones that are left are working independently with these guys, whoever they are, like HP or whatever. Now I want the rest of them. Okay, I want the rest. So then I can be huge like Icon was. And then look at the sway they'll have over the OEMs.
Well, of course,
Wow.
just like
It's
Icon, just like Danka.
Oh yeah, Danka. Forgot about that.
Yeah,
It's very
Just-
interesting.
the last mile of acquisition.
I was going to say that's it. That's it, because there will be Marco Group and then all the little ones.
So then, what happens with UBEO? What happens with POA?
There will be two megas. Dex.
Yeah.
I mean, if Marco, it's the OEM leverage points that would convince everyone to get on board. And Dex, well, I mean, race up their VC stuff has got to be running out too, right? All the other ones. The megas took a lot of money from the from the PE
Maybe,
agencies.
maybe. That's why Marco
Yeah.
took this on, because the money is running out.
Maybe Marco's better off than Dex. I don't know.
'Cause-
I haven't looked. I could find that out.
But because I will tell you locally, if I run into somebody who's got a machine from Marco,
Yeah.
they're not happy. They are not satisfied clients.
That's another. Yeah. Well, there were plenty of unsatisfied icon.
Well,
Believe
yeah.
me. Didn't
You
matter.
get too big that the service and support just lapses.
Hey, didn't Icon go public at one point, or were they always private?
No, I think they were always private. Not sure. I mean, it's my thinking.
This is all new to me. I mean, I could do a lot of research on Marco, but
Right. All I
Maybe I
remember
should.
is Rico bought them for an absurd amount of money. I don't know if that ever paid off as well.
Or you,
I don't
you
think so.
said they are hiring 60 technicians within the next little bit. The first thought I had was something we talked about months ago, like a field engineer, like the needed person nowadays that has that special blend of AI, a little bit of vibe or, AI assisted coding and network skills. Network is like the key to everything. And the copier background.
That's a
That
good
would be a
point.
perfect candidate for that technician, a field engineer that then also could service things like robotics.
Yeah, it's a triple down on. You're right, Dan. But if you look at that, so in the technical art, help me out here. The A3 and A4 technician is different than the wide format technician, and they're all different than the production print.
Now it doesn't
technician,
have to be a wide format anymore.
right? I don't know.
A3, A4 technicians can service wide format.
Well, yeah, and I can imagine that they could even do the production side. And
They
then-
can even, some of them can even
Okay.
do the production side.
And then there's the whole, well, help me out, Art. A Konica Minolta service tech could rarely work on a HP or a Sharp, right? Is that still? I mean, it was starting to fade when
They
I was
actually-
in.
Well, they had a relationship with, I believe now they have a relationship with.
Well, I mean, like you got a
wide
Konica
format.
Minolta service guy. Can he do Fujifilm devices and Toshiba's? Can he service those? I would assume so, but you know what I'm saying? You get 60 reps or 60 techs. What is that?
So the question would be, are they authorized?
Mm.
Are you having
Right.
non-authorized
Right.
techs go out
And
and
is that
work on
void
machines?
warranty and all those types of things, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And then Dan, you layer on the network connectivity issues that
Mhm.
are outside of the certificate, sort of, but techs, because they know how to connect those devices and
Well, when I first joined, that was the first thing I heard you talk about was mesh networks, and networks are the foundation for like everything that I'm building, everything that you authenticate. You want to do anything, it's going to depend on there being a stable network to do whatever it is you're wanting to do, and opening ports and static IP addresses or dynamic, all that kind of stuff. You're assuming all that stuff works so that you can plug it in and it works. So that field engineer kind of needs to know how all that works too, in addition to be able to turn a screw and probably being able to talk to Chat GPT and Grok and all that.
Well, that's a whole thing. And then, boy, I mean, print volumes are going down. Is this a smart move in general? I don't know. Maybe it could be so big that even
So-
if print volumes drop
So Greg,
10%,
I
I
heard
don't know.
I heard somebody say it yesterday, and it's going to Dan's point of field engineer. As the copy machine repair person is going in to repair that machine, he's walking by 20 other devices that need service, the water machine, the car, whatever, right? If they're skilled at these are all network devices in the future. If they're skilled at fixing these things at a general level, but they're given the ability to service more than the copy machine, so maybe that's the strategy, right? They're not.
Would be
Yeah,
to me. Yeah.
And to your point, right? Maybe in the past they only did A3s and A4s, and there was a different person that did wide format, and a different person that did this and different. Now this one person can have the skills to do more kinds of devices. So I don't know. either.
That's
But
Look at-
it's a utopian view.
Yeah.
I mean, I
True.
remember trying to train IT techs. How, no, I
Mhm.
didn't do it. How to fix how to fix an edge line, which is stupid anyway. But
Look at what we spoke about a week ago, and we cooked up with this company that can manage IT devices, right? And in the B2B space, there's getting to be more and more IoT devices, water coolers, lights. In smart buildings, there's going to be even more IoT devices. And we all spoke about, excuse me, there goes the motorcycle. Wouldn't it be beneficial if the copier dealers could branch out and be able to monitor all of those devices and then charge the client, I don't know, $5, $25 a month to manage those devices?
all the IoT devices, right?
All the
connect-
IoT
yeah.
devices, all of them.
Impact, they out of Chicago invested millions of dollars in a knock and that's just to manage the IT assets as defined by IT assets, not even IoT, IT and the printers. And I don't even know if they merged the two together. They were a pure MSP IT thing. It's a lot more difficult right now to do what you just said. I mean, even everything from Oki Data, Zebra printers, right, up to wide panel or big panel displays. They should be able to be monitored too.
Mhm.
Everything's all
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
All
has
of that is telemetry data potentially that can be gathered in data collection, just like any other device,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah. And it's it's out there. It's
But
just
why
a
can't the
different
office
language.
technologies companies manage it? They should manage it.
They could if they wanted to. Yeah, that's the whole point. So guess what? So, I've been around networks long enough that so many issues are no trouble found. It's like rebooting the device or resetting the device. It's a simple thing, right? So how many truck rolls are there unnecessarily that could be fixed, right? So machines are going to be able to like predict failure and fix themselves in the future. I mean, it's already here. We're just not like using it properly or efficiently. So machines will say, "Hey, I'm about to break because I've, traveled 100 miles and the heat condition and the vibration, whatever, some kind of
Yeah.
formula for it, right?" And say, "I'm about to break," right? And then you could proactively fix it so that you avoid a truck roll, right? So, or yeah, the network, like you said, or the network's been blinking 3 times. So there's, I got to update the mesh network. It's never going to be fixed. Right.
Or
So
maybe
the
I got to
point,
bring another router with me when I
Yeah.
roll the truck so I can fix it on the first time. I don't know.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you're,
Stuff like that.
and the thing is the observability platform, right? You see all the different devices. That's the point, right? You see them all and you say, "Hey, I'm going over to do a visit. I might as well do 4 things at once instead of just one," right? That's efficiency, right? So the combination of self-healing and predictive analytics and being able to fix things before they happen, and then to be able to, if you do have to go on a trip, then making that trip more efficient, right? So there's if you combine all the things, then
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I was hate to interrupt you, but that's really, really interesting. If you're getting all this telemetry
Yeah,
from
it's
all
all,
these different IoT devices, and
all-
then you put AI into that,
Mhm.
they can say, you know, yeah, I mean, it could actually tell you that this part is going to wear out, or this part is going to fail, or um,
It's the holy grail of IT asset management. It is
Yeah.
the whole. I mean, it's just it's almost as old as time. Getting everything to communicate with everything, right? Getting it because the data is being sent out, or it's available, at least available. In the best of times, it was sent out. So that the Zebra, as an example, software would pull Zebra data. And even back then, HP's WebJet admin would pull HP stuff out. Print Audit might get a few of them, but not all of them. Then all of them came out. Lexmark's DCA, Canon's DCA, Ricoh all had their own thing because you're right. The data is all there being sent out, but it's being multi-streamed.
That's right.
You need a multiplexer. You need a protocol to end all protocols. And that's where the AI, in my opinion, can help out because the AI is pattern rec. It's the universal translator. So instead of it French, it's Zebra protocol. Instead of it Spanish, it's WebJet admin. Instead of it being, English, it's something else. But the multiplexer collects all that and translates it into something that everyone else can read. And then that's it. Because it's only going to be more and more and more.
Well, Kevin, I don't know if that's exactly relevant, but what we did with Quasi this afternoon and Vlad with getting those 3 endpoints to come through, and I hit them right away, grabbed the data that it spit out, and popped that through Claude, got an answer, and boom, there's the information that those 3 devices spit out. And he said, hey, check it a little while later, you'll see data of it moving around. And so right now they were just kind of warming up, but later on you'll have some fresh data. So that gives you that view of these 3 devices. Now, what you do with that, that's up to you, right?
Whoa. This is very relevant. Keep going. So what we're just talking about is grabbing information.
I'll just add a little color. So they were actually charging. So they weren't moving around. So we weren't seeing movement. So it was actually, so you said their charging status, but it said charging right there, right? So you knew exactly what it was doing. Then he said, just wait an hour. They're done charging. Now they're going to start moving around, right? So we saw the time that they consumed and the distance they traveled and the number of tasks they did. We saw all that data coming in. It was kind of awesome because
then on my side, I can ingest that data, look at it, massage it, present it in such a way, or run it through what we've been describing as far as universal billing to try and translate that into the metrics that boil down to how you boil that down to billing.
I would say that if you can just get the data, we've got the metrics already. So, and thanks for sharing this with us. But so that's a great thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And it happened this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Art, did you hear that?
I heard it. We've got a meeting with Vlad, I think on Tuesday.
Yeah.
With Felix.
Two great points. What we were just talking about, the Internet of Things, interfacing to telemetry, and then we have a little notch in that huge battlefield with Quasi, which is an AMR, and it told. Did you say it sent out stat on motion?
Yeah, the feet traveled, the number of tasks it did, and then the time it consumed. Yeah. So that's where we started on this conversation is like, everybody go back and look at that webinar. And that's what we did. We said, things are moving fast. So I said, we said yesterday, we didn't even do very many PowerPoint slides because why do them? Because they're outdated in a split second.
Right? A whole story about PowerPoint, but I want to hold that.
So we said things are happening fast. And that's the point. Even from yesterday, Vlad sent an email overnight. Dan did it today, consumed the data, like in a couple minutes, we were done, right? Traditionally, it took like OEMs years to put something in their machine.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
And then it took like years for software companies to adopt it and use the data. But we did it like in a day. And all this stuff happened. It started with our Crickets Continuum group, right? Came up with an idea. Then that became a formal specification.
Well, it all came up because they're trying to match what already exists in the copy. That's the whole driving thing. Was like, we've got to make it look like that.
Exactly.
But you're right. It's a huge example of
the speed
and the way the world is.
And the open standards, Kevin, I'll give you credit on the open standard is really the key in the fact of having that standard to be able to talk amongst multiple different types of manufacturers seems like the real key. So you're not locked into one particular thing.
So Dan,
this is great. Go ahead, Art. Go.
So Dan, with this AP, will AMRs be able to communicate with other AMRs?
I mean, potentially you're kind of utilizing an orchestrator kind of in between of, if like this, if I ingest that data, what would you want it to do? Like, are you talking about like real time, like communication? That's one thing versus saying hey, this data. Yeah, I don't know.
I want to see for let's say an AMR and it's a sweeper AMR, right? And it goes out and it sweeps the area. It then sends a report to the scrubber, and it says that the sweeper is now complete. You can start the scrubbing process for the floor.
Sure. That's more
Wax.
just right, more like agentic layering, really than, and then once that task is complete and everybody gives it the thumbs up, then start task
Who
two,
is
right?
everybody? Who is everybody?
Maybe
Yeah,
your robotics or your AI engines that you set up your parameters for your testing and like right now I've got a Claude Code session running and I'm kind of monitoring it and keeping track on making sure it's behaving.
okay. So it's midnight, right? In the industrial complex.
Right.
And as far as, or let's say even it's a restaurant. And every night the floor's got to be swept, right?
Yeah.
And then the floor's got to be scrubbed, right? Maybe disinfectant laid down for food that was on the floor or something like that. So what you're telling me is that once the sweeper robot is gone, it could give a command to the scrubber, and then the scrubber would do its job.
I believe so, yes. I mean, my question would be back to you though. I think some of the robotics units that we're talking about are going to be doing that together. They're going to be
Well,
able to handle those tasks.
could it be vendor agnostic? So let's
That's
say
the
one
idea.
person has a Purdue sweeper and another person has a XYZ brand scrubber.
That's again back to open standards and communication layers of being able to trigger events, and there's no reason why it couldn't. I'm not trying to be overly vague,
No,
but
no, no,
yeah,
no, no,
no,
no.
no.
That's
No, it's-
actually it's actually pretty incredible.
You know what they would need, Kevin? They would each need their own driver.
Oh, you said the D word.
You know, for let's just say a restaurant, a very busy restaurant at night.
Yeah.
All the people would have to do it the night. They wouldn't even have to sweep up the floor. They'd put all the chairs on the table,
Get
and
out of town.
basically 12 midnight, the sweeper goes out, does its job, gives the command to the scrubber goes out, does the job.
Now, why not take that a step further and allow a robotic with arms to come out and take the chairs and put them back down after an hour once the floor's dried and get everything ready to go for
Yeah,
the day?
if that's a good idea, if one of those were available now, which
Well,
there's-
Pudu does the communications already. Remember, he told us if the machine can't pick up a beer can, it calls the robot that can. I don't know
Really
what that means. That's what he said.
interesting.
But so there's something there. Or it communicates out to its own. It's another Pudu, not
Yeah.
what you're talking about, Art. But
Yeah.
there is something there.
Hmm.
Well, it's good news on the Vlad front.
Yeah. Sorry to go down the rabbit hole there on
That's
that
not
side
a
of
rabbit
things,
hole.
but-
That's a core platform plank of the whole continuum motion.
Hey,
That impacts all sorts of other stuff that we got going on right now. So yeah.
hey guys, I want to also get another bit of news. It's not, well, it's copy related. So PDS, our favorite, one of our favorite companies in the whole wide industry, precision duplicating systems out of Kentucky. They signed up with Pudu. So they're a longtime copy dealer out of the Kentucky area. You guys know them better than I do, but we love them. And they signed up with robotics. So again, the speed of which things are happening. Now they carefully considered it because they love their customers too, right? And they take very great pride in excellent customer service. To your point, Art, earlier about other companies maybe that don't have that kind of reputation, but they do. So they didn't like jump on the bandwagon at first, but now they are a Pudu dealer. That's news. Super exciting for them, right? So they're going to start, and they're talking about that kind of orchestration, right? We're already servicing the water. We're already servicing the copy machine. Why not we sell more to our existing customers plus net new? So I'm super happy for them to expand their business with robotics. So that was news out there.
yeah, we all are. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
That's really good. I think that we've got another one on the horizon here that's going to sign up with Quasi. So that's pretty cool too. It's good. Cool.
And what I was going to say, sorry, but getting involved now is the point, right? If you wait a day, if you wait a week, if you wait 3 months, you are way behind already. So it's not too late, but I can't say that enough. So that's why.
Even our friend over in South Africa, Dion, talked about even months ago that he said something to, the compression time of 6 months down to 6 weeks, down to 6 days, that things are just, continually shrinking as far as those cycles. So yeah, it's moving fast.
Early adopters have the advantage,
Yep.
period.
More now than ever. Your early adoption is 4 weeks. Now you're no longer early adopters.
So I'll change the subject a little bit. I receive a bid. I do a bid service, and I receive bids for printers and copiers and AMRs now. So one came over the other night, a bid for a dot matrix printer.
All right.
Oh.
Was it 9 pin or 24 pin?
Yeah, good question.
I didn't read the
Oh, it was
whole
one of the
specs.
airlines. It was the airlines.
Probably, yeah.
No, it
Was-
wasn't an airline. These are
It
mostly
was a government. It was
these are mostly government, municipal, and
DMV.
state.
It was a DMV office.
Could have been.
And they have those big Centronics like interfaces, like they're this wide.
I used to love those machines. They were
you
so
kidding me?
noisy that you could actually sell a cabinet for it.
The hood.
A quiet
the
cabinet.
hood. Yeah, the hood.
Yes.
Soundproof hood. Yep. The Epson LQ 2550, wide format, letter quality, 24 pin. And then Lexmark's first toasters, they were impact printers, 9 and 24. They were IBMs. They were IBM printers. You could feed 5 forms through it all at once.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
God.
Actually saying we need 5-part paper, we need 3-part paper. Which
do.
printer is going to be able to do that? And then you got the forms business because they would buy the forms from you. We need
Oh,
3
yeah.
or 4 cases of
Oh
form
my
paper.
God. That's right. What was it? Check it? Oh man. Oh,
You guys were printing money back in the day.
dot matrix.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Any other news?
I hooked up a IBM Selectric to an IBM AT. WordStar. So I know it was printing letters on the typewriter.
Yeah, I used to get involved with a lot of the early Brother word processors.
Like the Wang, the real live. You bought a machine that was a word processor, right?
And in that word processor was actually you would have a keyboard and you'd have a daisy wheel typewriter in it.
It was easier to change fonts with a daisy wheel.
Pop in, pop out, right?
Wow, we're tripping. Excellent. What else you got, Art?
Anything going on with the weekend, Kevin?
No, just try and relax. It's kind of rainy here, so we haven't had rain in California in San Jose for a long time. So we're enjoying a little drizzle, fill up the
Right.
reservoirs. So probably just chill out with the animals.
Nice. Greg? Michigan? What are you doing in
It's gonna be
Michigan in the
nice.
summer?
It's gonna be nice. We're getting into the 80s now, so I've got to open up a pool. Gonna be doing that kind of crap. Mowing lawns, planting flowers.
And how about our buddy in the Panhandle?
Getting hot. It's been a little rainy the last couple of days. I think it's going to rain for the next week or two, perhaps.
wow.
But summertime, it's starting to get a little more touristy, a little more busy, but still, what I tell folks that I'm surprised here, and they call this the Redneck Riviera. And there's nobody here. I mean, it's a small town that there's comparatively to what you would think of beach type areas.
Really?
Yeah, there's just nobody here.
Count your
I might
blessings.
have to move there.
Yeah, it's a small town kind of vibe.
But Art, you'd miss your motorcycles.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have a lot of those this weekend. Like I said, I'm only I could walk to the beach in 10 minutes. And we live on a major thoroughfare that takes you right to the ocean. And if it's 80, 85, there's going to be a lot of beachgoers Saturday, but on Sundays, the entire highway can back up for a couple miles
Oh wow.
for everybody trying to get into Sandy Hook National Recreation Area.
Hmm.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, I got the best of both worlds. I got the beach. I got a national recreation area that I can go to, right?
Yeah.
That's 7 miles, is 7 miles of the Sand Peninsula with an old Army fort that was built on it for the proving grounds for all their ammunition. And then in that, they had in the probably it's 300 acres of woods.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a little mountainous that's on the mainland, not on the peninsula, but they used to have a Air Force base there.
Hmm.
And the Air Force base was in command of the Nike missiles that surrounded New York City during the Cold War. You know, in case you know, nukes came in or something, the Ajax missiles would actually supposedly intercept the nukes. So we've got the beach, the bay, the ocean, and 300 acres of pristine woods. That's actually a state park behind it.
I never
Wow.
knew all that stuff existed in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to look me up on a map.
Okay.
Do a Google,
Alright, I will.
Google Earth.
Okay.
Are you getting
And,
paid advertising from the state of New Jersey? Because
Oh,
that's
the
a nice
tourism
promo.
board.
The nice promo you just did there. That was great. I want to move there.
Yeah, not actually. But one thing they do have a problem on the national park is they have an over deer population is too high. There's just too many deer and there's no predators.
There's
So
no guns in Jersey either, if I remember
no,
correctly.
there's guns in Jersey. I got one right next to me. But no, they're gonna have to call the deer herd. But the question is, are you gonna? I don't
Yeah.
understand how you're gonna do that when it's only a 7 mile spit of sand and
Yeah.
it's no more than a half-mile wide at one place and 300 feet wide in another place.
Those
You're
bullets go
gonna
too
allow
far.
hunters to go in there?
Wolves.
Yeah. Well, they brought
do it here.
in a herd of goats about, I think it was about 10 or 15 years ago, to actually eat all of the poison ivy.
Yeah.
So I don't know whatever happened to the goats,
Well, they just come in, eat, and go.
but
I-
poison ivy is still there.
oh, well. All right.
So my weekend is basically it's going to be nice. I have a lot of honey-do things and drugs to do. So with that, everybody, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. Please like, follow, and share, and we'll see you